Hi, my name is Tim Campbell. I'm the president of CenterGrid. CenterGrid is a managed hosting provider out of a data center in beautiful Hamilton, Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. CenterGrid's focused on the mid-market hosting environment. We started our business about 4 years ago when we saw a hole in the market between what Amazon was doing on the low end of the market, and they've really grown, to the co-location guys at the high end. What we saw was a marketplace where the enterprise was all clamoring to the roll your own and the big data center facilities, and then the rest of the market really going into the private clouds. And what we saw was in this mid-marketplace, it's the client that has real IT needs that they weren't being met at that Amazon hosted model, the rack spaces. They really weren't getting to that real IT need with a high touch. So given that we were a new player, we've been doing this about 4 years, we focused on those guys. Dedicated platforms, very high touch models, lots of services, but we've turned the equipment and the pieces into a service, so you buy all this stuff in a monthly recurring service. Because we're a high-touch model, and what we find again in this mid-market is they don't need dedicated teams. They need a storage specialist or a network specialist or a server guy for a couple hours a day or a day a week. And so what we've done is we've taken our staff and we've put them in their competencies and then made those competencies available to our customers on an on-demand model. And what we found is that when we drop off an operating system to the client and we manage that, the boring stuff, the 7/24, 365, the call center pieces, the dealing with an alert at 3 o'clock in the morning, we take that away from the client and allow them to focus on what they need to focus on, which is their business. Everybody is more productive. We're doing this at a cost that's a fraction of what's happening in the public clouds, and it's a very exciting space for us. There's a lot of clients out there that need this, and we feel kind of lonely at this point in this service. So I was invited to this conference this week to present a solution that we've built around the IBM Spectrum Plus product, the old TSM product, because we are an IBM shop, and we did that on purpose. So we wanted to send a message that the solutions that we're providing are enterprise class in nature, but scaled down to the mid-market, and that gives our customers a comfort level that says that it's good stuff, it has scale and it has predictability in it. And what we found was that these clients just don't do a very good job backing up and protecting their data. They've had millions of solutions out there, and none of them are very comfortable. So we took the TSM product and married to it another product from a company in Denmark called FrontSafe that front ends TSM and scales it down to a place where small to medium enterprises can use it. We built that product and we call it Recovery Center. Recovery Center is focused on recovery. The backup is what you have to do in order to recover data. So for us, it was just very natural to say, we're going to take care of your data. When you need your data back, come to Recovery Center. You don't buy the pieces and parts. You don't buy TSM, you don't buy storage, you don't buy appliances, you don't do any of that. We take care of all of it, and we price it per gig. So the question is very simple. How many gigs do you want to protect? How many copies of that do you want? And then we provide all of it to you as a service. When you need your data, call and we'll give it to you. How Recovery Center is built is really two sets of data. One is we drop in an appliance and we copy that data and we make sure that data is backed up on that appliance. That makes it close to the user. That makes it close to the person who needs that data. And when they ask for it, it's right there. But what we also do is replicate that local copy to our cloud in our data center in Hamilton, so that from a disaster recovery perspective, we have that data. Now what's happening, because we have that data in another data center somewhere else, is we're just now coming out with a product we're calling Recovery Center HA, or high availability. The idea for us to hydrate that data and make it available on servers that we have in our data center and immediately bring a disaster back to production in a very efficient kind of way is the next step for us. So along with our archive services, we do have clients that still want to do the tape solutions and with a relationship with Iron Mountain, and we've done a lot of that to also spin the archive to tape, put it out into a hole in the ground out in the desert somewhere, so that in a true disaster that data still exists. The hosting market has been full since the late 90s, and we're a late entry or early entry, depending on how you want to look at it. And really, when you start looking at the providers, and when you're looking in why we think you should come to CenterGrid, are really kind of simple. One is we'll build a platform dedicated to you. It's your stuff. You decide what it is. You define the high availability nature of that product. Our consultants can help you do that, very high touch. And then what we do is we acquire the product that we've decided together is the best solution for you, and then we own that. So the second piece is we're going to give you balance sheet relief. We own the equipment. We give you your cash back to run your business, and we own that gear. Thirdly, after we've installed it, we're a very high touch model. It's 7/24/365. It's a very personal service. So when there's an issue, we know you. We have a run book associated with how your solution works. When there's an issue, it's very specialized in how we interface back with our clients.